Have a very good evening. What's up? What's up, gang? Can you guys see me, hear me clearly? Give me a quick thumbs up on the chat. Let's go. Hello, Chandramukhi. Hi, Rahul. What's up? How are you all doing? All good? Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Then let's get this thing started. So we had already started with distribution. Now, one of the advanced concepts of distribution or one of the applications of distribution is scheduling. So what I've done is I've done 2 sessions on scheduling. The voice is low. That's because, yeah, I turned on the mic, but I forgot to clip it on. Is this okay now? Hello, hello. Hi, Sangram. Hi, Ashika. Hi, Vasha. Is this okay? Yeah. All right. So, like I was saying, we've already started off our distribution, and one of the applications of distribution is scheduling, where you're technically just distributing a certain number of days or a certain number of hours or years or months or whatever. It's just distribution. But in this case, it's specific to time related terms, right? Like I said, hours or days or months or weeks or years, whatever. Okay. So let's get this thing started then, shall we? Yeah. Sure, Sangram. Go ahead. What's up? What's bothering you? So for CAT 2026, I would tell you that over the years, right, even if you take last 10 years, yes, you could come across at least 8 to 9 sets that were relevant to distribution, wherein scheduling was asked, right? And the kind of questions we have seen, the kind of sets we have seen have been in ultimate extremes. Either we have seen sets that were actually quite solvable and one of the must do sets of that particular slot, or alternatively they were sets that were to be skipped altogether, right? So I've brought one example for you, and with that we will also I'll start off with one question of my own, and then I'll also show you the set that was asked in CAT. Okay, yeah, let's go. So this is scheduling, where we are going to see simple set today. I'll just give you a glimpse of the CAT level set, in fact actual CAT question itself. Okay, so let's start. Here is your set. I'll add up some time for you guys. You can take some time, start solving it. I think they should be solvable in under 5 minutes, but I'll give you 7 minutes just for the sake of it. Okay. You guys let me know when you want to see the time. Okay, when you want to see the questions, not the time, the questions. Timer is on the screen. Class 10, class 12, third year, BSc. Okay, okay. High chances, man, high chances. So if I eliminate your 12 score, which gives around 60% odd, 67, 68% odd, decent score with your 10th, I mean good score, you'll get 10 on 10 on your 10th score. You have your academic background in terms of your diversity is also a check mark, because BSc is not engineering, so that's good. You also have the advantage of being an OBC. So yeah, there are high chances, man, but you need to kill it in CAT. Only and only if you kill it in CAT, there is any possibility of that. In fact, there's high chances of you getting a Blackie call also. Just that your 12th score might hurt you a little, but apart from that, you can make it big in Blackie as well, yeah. But you have to get a very good score in CAT, man. And when I say very good score for your profile, you need at least 99.5 plus, yeah. Keep that as your aim and then move ahead with your preparation. Let's go, guys. Have a look at it, try reading it, try understanding what it says, and if you have any questions, any queries, I'm always there. You can drop a message, yeah, on the chat. Let's go. You want to see the questions, Rahul? Okay, here are the questions. Go back to the set, shall we? Yes, yes. Let's go 4 minutes. Perfect for this. Hi, Neeru. No issues, Athar. We've just started with the set, man. Go ahead. Jump in, jump in. Hi, Carson. Carson, yeah, this is important because practice is an important part of your preparation, man. Whether you are in a batch or not, irrespective of that, you need to practice, yeah. So this will help you with the practice, man. Very similar to that, yes. You see the questions again, Varsha? Here they are. Last 1 minute. What do you guys think? Is this a solvable set? Does it look solvable at least? Nice. There are also already answers coming in. Nice. Varsha, very good. Subhab Chandramukhi. No issues, Yashika. No issues. All right. So there we go. The bell has rung. Let's start off with this one, shall we? So first, let's understand what this set is trying to tell us. Let's read it together, okay? Like Me Salon is open from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So what do we notice first? First things first, we notice that there is some time duration given to us. So when I look at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., that's how many hours? This is how many hours? 3 hours, okay? 3 hours. Perfect. And they're saying there are 3 beauticians, okay? So there are 3 beauticians. That means 3 hours and 3 beauticians will give you how much? Total of 9 hours, correct? Doesn't mean 9 hours per beautician. Not like Pari, Quincy and Roma would each spend 9 hours, no. But collectively 9 hours. So total of Pari, Quincy and Roma would be 9 hours. Understood? Perfect. Who work continuously without a break. Beautiful. So these 3 hours each, that is total of 9 hours, no break. Okay. So this would probably be all appointments only. Correct? All of this would be filled with appointments. Perfect. Next, they're saying there are 7 customers. Okay, so this is one part of it. This is one part of the set. The other part of the set is there are 7 customers. And they've given the time duration, right? How many hours do each of these customers take is given to us. Like Aarav's appointment lasts 2.5 hours, which is 30 minutes more than Bella. Chitra spends 25% less time than Bella, while Dev spends 50% less time than Bella. Isha and Dev spend the same amount of time, so do Farha and Geeta. So I think from here, we need to get what? Each of A, B, C, D, E, F and G's time. Like how much time are they taking? So total should be 9 hours. It cannot go beyond 9 hours because the shop closes by 12 o'clock, right? The salon closes by 12 o'clock. So we cannot have more than 9 hours in total, right? So the total of this should also be what? 9 hours. Or less than that. But if it is less than 9 hours, what would happen? Imagine if this were only 8.5 hours or only 8 hours or only 7 hours or whatever, what would happen? The gap between 9 hours and how much ever this comes up to, the gap would turn out to be a break for the beauticians, which cannot happen, right? So this basically means that these 7 people take over this entire 9 hours. Cool, eh? Yeah, let's move on. Now the additional information 1, 2, 3, 4 tells us about their slots. Like immediately after Arav and blah blah blah, right? So we'll come back to that in a while. Analyzing the questions, what do we see? For which customer was paired with Bella? Which beautician served Chitra? If each beautician is paid 1,000 per customer, we might think that just because it starts with the word if, it's a hypothetical question. It's not. It's just an extension. So after we are done, bridge, at least finding out how many hours each of the beauticians work, yeah, or how many customers. This time it's not hours, it's per customer. So how many customers, then we can identify who gets paid the maximum on that day. So this is an extension, but it's not a harmful one. Which customer's appointment started exactly at 11 o'clock is a definite question. Yes, good to go, but we have to be careful about the red flags, okay? We have 1 and 2 cannot be determined. We have to be a little careful around those. Yeah. So first things first, let's start identifying the duration for each of the customers. Okay. So 1, we know Arav's appointment lasts 2.5 hours. So this is 2.5 hours. Next, what are they saying? Which is 30 minutes more than Bella's appointment. So whatever Bella's appointment hours is, 30 minutes more is what Arav's is. So how much should be Bella then, guys? How many hours would Bella's appointment last? Anybody? Can you tell me how long would Bella's appointment last, guys? Quick, quick. If this is 2.5 hours, that would be 2 hours. Perfect. Very good. Further, they're saying Chitra spends 25% less time than Bella. So if Bella spends 2 hours, I need to reduce 25% from here. From 2 hours, I need to reduce 25%, which is from 2 hours, I need to reduce 1/4 of 2 hours. That's half an hour. Half an hour reduced from here would give me how much? 1.5 hours. Yes. Works for us? 1.5 hours for Chitra. From 2 hours, I'm reducing 25%. That's 1/4 of 2 hours, which is half an hour. I reduce that, I get 1.5 hours for Chitra. While Dev spends 50% less time than Bella. So if Bella is spending 2 hours, 50% less than 2 hours would be what? Half of it, which is 1 hour. So Dev is 1 hour. They're saying Isha and Dev spend the same amount of time. Perfect. So if Dev spends 1 hour, then Isha would also spend 1 hour. So do Farah and Geeta. So they're saying Farah and Geeta are also equal. Farah and Geeta are also equal. So what can I do now? I know that out of 9 hours, I already have 2.5, 4.5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 hours is already sorted, correct? Out of these 9 hours, 8 hours I already have accounted for. This is 8 hours. That means F and G together should be 1 hour. Am I right? F and G together should be 1 hour. And since they are saying that F and G spend equal amount of time, what happens? F becomes 0.5 and G becomes 0.5. This way I know each of the 7 customers' durations. Perfect. And I know each of the beautician's duration, which would be 3 hours each, right? So Pari, Quincy and Roma, would each be giving 3 hours. Cool? Done. So we have this. Now the best way to arrange this would be to make a timeline. Yes, to make a timeline. Now can you tell me how many slots should I do? Should I do 1 hour slot? 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12? Would that be smart? Or if I were to change the slot duration, one slot is how many hours if I keep would be useful for us? Easy for me to place it in the table. Can anyone tell me that quick? What should be the slot timing? 1 hour? I have 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So wouldn't it make more sense for us to keep one slot as 0.5 hours? That way 3 hours would end up being what? 6 slots. So I'm basically placing these 6 slots. I'm making 6 slots of half hour each, and then I'm doing it. So what would be the slot? 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11, 11 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12. That's it. 6 slots. Yes. So I'll make a quick table on this. So we've already finished this off. We've already understood that A, B, C, D, E, F, G spend how many hours in the salon. Now I have the start time. Mind you, you might notice that, sir, I have 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30. Why do I not have 12? That's why I have specifically mentioned here as start time. This is the start time of the slot. So 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 11, 10, 10 to 10:30, so on and so forth. So this would basically be 11:30 to 12. If you're someone who easily gets confused with it, then write 2 also. So 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30. If you get confused, make sure you note that also. So this would technically become 11:30 to 12. This would be the last slot. Okay, make sense? If you want, I can do this also. This would be the slot timings. Cool. Now we have just 4 conditions. We also need to identify how many customers do each of PQR take up. That way I'll be able to answer that one question about maximum revenue, right? Maximum amount earned, 1,000 rupee per customer, then who gets the maximum, right? So that I can do that. Okay. Farah was booked immediately after Arav on Pari's chair. Now think about this. Farah was booked immediately after Arav. What do I know about Arav? These guys are open for 3 hours. Each of these guys are open for 3 hours. If this guy takes up 2.5 hours, I know that A cannot be clubbed with B, C, D or E. Can't do that, right? It has to be either F or G only, because they can only give 3 hours, 9 to 12 only. It's not till 12:30, not till 1, not till 2, 9 to 12 only. That means one of them has to be Arav and the other guy has to be F or G. This time they have clearly mentioned that Farah was booked immediately after Arav. That means Farah and Arav will go where? Here. Yes, so Farah after Arav takes up 2.5 hours. That means if Arav starts here, this is half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 hours. This whole slot of Pari is booked by who? Arav. Okay. That leaves only a half an hour slot which is taken up by Farah. Done. So we are done with Arav, we are done with Farah. And with this clue, it's clear that Pari takes up only 2 customers. So total out of 7, if 2 are gone, remaining 5 customers need to be split between Quincy and Roman. Okay, done. Quincy served exactly 2 customers. Beautiful. If Quincy served exactly 2, now we know out of 7, if we have 2 and 2, 4 here, that means Roma should be taking up 3 customers. Good to go. So at least one question I can answer from here. If I do just this bit, I can answer one question. Which question was it? This question. If each beautician is paid 1000 per customer, 1 customer 1000, 3 customers 3000, 2000, 2000. Who gets paid more? Roma gets paid more. I have the answer. Works? Yes or no? Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's move ahead. So Quincy served exactly 2 customers and her first customer was Bella. First customer was Bella and Bella takes up 2 hours. Quincy's first customer was Bella. So this would go like what? Half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours taken up by who? Bella. Yes. So if Bella takes up 4 slots, I have 2 slots empty. I need to place exactly 1 customer. Who can that be? Either D or E. Am I right? Either D or E, because there are only 2 slots open. Only 2 slots open. That is only 1 hour open. It should be either D or E. Now what are they saying? Dev was not with Roma. Now I know Dev needs to be placed with some or the other beautician. It can't be Pari because she's completely occupied. They're saying it can't be with Roma also. So if Dev cannot be with Roma, who will Dev go with? Has to be with Quincy only. So from 11 till 12, who takes up? Dev takes up. Perfect. Works? Very good. Yes. So this way, Dev is also done. Yeah. Now we are left with what? We are left with C, E and G, adding up to 1.5, 2.5, 3 hours exactly. Okay. Done. Done. On Roma's chair, the shortest appointment was the last one. Shortest appointment was the last one. Who is the shortest appointment for Roma now? Could it be C? No. Could it be E? No. It has to be G because G is only 0.5 hours, the shortest duration. Among 1.5, 1 and 0.5, 0.5 is the least. So 0.5, that means 1 slot will be covered by G. Now for the remaining 5 slots, what can we bring up? Do I have any other conditions? No, I don't have any other conditions. If there's any inference that I can make, I know that Chitra's 1.5 hours, which is 3 slots, and E's 1 hour, which is 2 slots, these 5 slots can come in any order. So it could be one case, I'll do cases. Case 1, it could be Chitra taking up 3 slots. So Chitra taking up 3 slots and E taking up 2 slots. This is one possibility. Or the other possibility is what? It could be E here, Ekta, and then Chitra. But G is definitely fixed. 2 cases for Roma. Did we expect this? No. Was this anticipated? Did we expect this? No. Is it necessary it has to be C and D? Can it not be E and C? So Sangram is saying first C and then E. Saif is saying first E and then C. What I am saying is both of them are right. There are 2 cases. But were we expecting 2 cases? No. My questions were either definite, one extension which had nothing to do with Chitra or Ekta. Yes. That means this told me that it will be a complete bay, perfect bay. But then something unexpected happened. What's the unexpected thing? We are getting 2 cases. For Roma, we are getting 2 cases. Okay. Still, ultimately what happens? It still is 3 customers only. Just that the placement of C and E would change. Finish. Cool? Right. Yes. So A and F, very good. For Q, it will be B and D, very good. For R, it will be either C, E, G or ECG. Anything is okay. Yes. So I have two cases. That's why I've done Roma 1, Roma 2. Two cases I have written. This is my timeline, perfectly arranged. Nothing to worry about. No stress. No, too many cases or too much trial error. Too many overlapping. Nothing. Yeah. Done. Shall we get off with the questions? Let's get this thing done with. Which customer was paired with Bella on the same beautician's chair? Bella with whom? Bella is here. Bella with whom? Bella with whoever D is. Who is D? D is Dev in our case. Perfect. Which customer, not which. They're not asking which beautician, which customer. So that'll be Dev. Perfect. Very good. Let's look at the second one. Saurabh, both are possible, man. GEC possible, ECG also possible. F and G, what is there to repeat, man? See, F is already given here, first clue. First clue, F is already given. Yes. Same way, for fourth clue, they've already given that Roma's shortest appointment was the last one. Shortest in case of Roma is G only, so G would be the last one. Okay, Sangram? Done. Let's go for the second question. Which beautician served Chitra? Chitra was served by Roma in case 1 also, by Roma in case 2 also. So both way, in both cases, it's Roma only. So option C, Roma is the correct answer. Yes. Shall we move on? Have we already answered this? Oh yes, we have. If each beautician is paid 1,000 per customer, who gets paid maximum? One customer 1,000, two customers 2,000, 2,000, 3,000. In this case also 3,000 only. So whether it's case 1 or case 2, it would still be Roma who gets paid maximum. So option C, Roma. Done? Good to go? And for our last question, which customer's appointment started exactly at 11? Started at 11. 11 started. Could it be A? Could it be Arav? No. Arav's appointment started at 9. It didn't start at 11. Although at 11 o'clock, Arav was being serviced by Pari, but that doesn't mean that his appointment started then. Could it be Bella? No, Bella's appointment stopped exactly at 11. It stopped exactly at 11, ended at 11. Could it be Dev? Yeah, Dev's started exactly at 11. Could it be Geeta? No, Geeta has nothing to do with 11. Geeta's appointment starts at 11:30. So the only option that makes sense for us is what? Option C, Dev. Good to go? Yes, yes, yes. But good for us, no, Saurabh? We don't have E or C as the options only. That's why we don't have E or C in the options only. Good for us. We are saved there. If at all there was one more question, if at all I wanted to place a trap, I would place a trap saying who are the two customers? Could there be two customers, or which customers as a plural? Which customers? And then I would give you an option as cannot be determined. There you might actually end up answering it as cannot be determined because it could be C. No, even with C, E, no, it's not starting at 11, man. Saurabh, no. See, I've written it here. No, it's not starting at 11. C ends at 10 o'clock. C ends at 10:30. E starts at 10:30. In case of Roma, second case, E stops at 10 o'clock. C starts at 10 o'clock. No, no. Still, there's no trap at all. Nothing to do with G or C or E. No. Okay. Done, guys. So was this a good question? A very good question. It's a doable question. If it comes in the test, we can take this up. Of course, yes. Now, there have been instances where there were questions a little complicated than this, but of the similar level. Yes, of the similar concepts being tested. Now, let's talk about the CAT level set. Are you all ready for this? Yeah. Although we are not going to solve it, today. We will do it in scheduling 2, but we'll just see it. Okay, let's have a look at it. So this one is CAT 2020. Yes, have a look at it. This is basically how your scheduling based set might look like. Okay, so they're saying the humanities department of a college is planning to organize 8 seminars, one for each of the 8 doctoral students. So there are 8 seminars for 8 students. Okay, and the names are given. 4 of them are from economics. Now this time what they're doing is, along with scheduling, they're also bringing distribution. They're saying that these 8 students are not from the same class, or they're not taking the same major, but 4 of them are taking economics. These 8 students, 4 of them are taking economics, 3 are taking sociology, and 1 of them is taking what? Anthropology. Yes. So 8 students, but different departments. That's going to add one more layer in our distribution. Okay. Furthermore, what they're saying is each student is guided by one. So there are guides also. How many guides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guides only. There are 8 students, but there are only 5 guides. That basically means what? 8 students, 5 guides would basically mean what? There could be instances, there will be instances where one of the guides or 2 of the guides or at least one of the guides takes on more than one students, right? Takes on more than one students. So it could be like this. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 with the 5 guides. It could be like this, or it could be like this: 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 students, or it could be 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Yes, in some order. Is there any other possibility? Any other possibility? Could there be any other possibility? Sangram. Didn't we do that calculation earlier, man? You're still stuck in the previous set. 9 to 12, 3 hours, 3 beauticians, 3 into 3, 9. Okay? Yeah. Any other possibility to split 8 students among 5 guides? No, right? No. These are the only possibilities. Among these, they'll be shifted, arranged, or if there are any conditions, we can take them up. See, look at this. 2 students are guided by each of PRT. So 2 students by each of PRT. That means this is P, this is R, this is T. While 1 student is guided by each of Q and S. So this is Q, this is S. That means all of these possibilities are out. Another mistake that we made here is what? Prematurely we started doing trial error. We didn't need that. Had we read the set properly, we wouldn't have stopped here, spent a lot of time doing this, because they explicitly told us how many students are the split and who is taking up those. Explicitly told us here. Okay. Each student is guided by a guide belonging to their department. So whichever department they belong to, the guide also belong to that department. And then again scheduling. You're seeing this? Actual scheduling part begins here only. This is the scheduling part. All of this that we did, all of this that we are doing is basically the distribution part. This is distribution. This is where scheduling starts. Okay. Each seminar is to be scheduled in one of 4 consecutive 30-minute slots starting at 9, 9:30, 11 and 10:30. So basically 4 slots of 30 minutes each, 30-minute, 4 consecutive slots, that is 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30. 4 slots, 30 minutes each. Yes. More than 1 seminars can be scheduled in a slot provided the guide is free. If the guide is not occupied, if the guide PQRST, one of PQRST, if they are not occupied, there can be multiple seminars scheduled in that slot also. Okay. Only 3 rooms are available. So again, what is the other contingency here? Another constraint here is that there are not 5 rooms. There are not 8 rooms, there are only 3 rooms. So this should be planned where? Within 3 rooms. Proper distribution with a pinch of scheduling there. Got it? I hope you are able to get this. Students who are guided by same guide must be scheduled in consecutive slots. Same guide, then consecutive slots. That's it. Okay? Done? So we're not going to solve it obviously. I just wanted to give you a quick intro on this set. We will be solving this and look at the questions also. Yes. 3 questions? Oh no, cat never does that, right? Cat has not done 3 questions in a very long time. There were actually 6 questions to this set. 6 question set. The set looks simple initially, but it keeps getting complicated. 8 seminars, 8 students seemed simple. 8 seminars, 8 students, 5 guides, still manageable because we know 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 was a split up, still manageable. But then when they bring in another constraint saying there are only 3 rooms and they are saying what? More than 1 seminars can be scheduled provided the guide is free. Only 3 rooms are available and hence at the most 3 seminars can be scheduled in a slot. 3 rooms, 3 seminars, that means a total of 9 slots are available. Yeah? 9 slots, but the problem is 9 slots can be occupied, but actually if you look at the slots, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Time slots, if you see, there are 4 time slots. 4 time slots, 3 rooms, that's 12 time slots. This is for room. And this would be for time, 12 time slots. This thing keeps getting complicated as we read it. As we read it, it keeps getting complicated. And the conditions, there are 7 conditions. This is one of the most complicated, one of the most, I won't say the most, because we've seen visa application set that is crazy. That's crazy. There's so much thinking going there. Hardly any writing, a lot of thinking in that set. One of the worst kind of sets are the sets where you do a lot of thinking, very little writing. Because if it's not in front of you on the paper, you won't be able to, come up with the results there, right? That's the troublesome thing. Anyway, and the question C, which of them is true? Indefinite. Who all are not guiding any economic students? Again indefinite. Which of the following is necessarily true? Again indefinite. If D is scheduled in a slot later than Q, hypothetical. If E and Q are both scheduled on the same time slot, hypothetical. If D is one of the worst combinations, you have complicated set, very complicated set, 8 seminars, 8 students, 5 guides, only 3 rooms, maximum of 9 slots in the rooms, but a total of 12 time slots, very complicated. Conditions are also very annoying. And to add to our agony, to add to our misery, to add to our pain, 6 questions where not one of them is a definite question. They are either indefinite or they are hypothetical. So we are not even getting a complete bay here. We are not even getting a complete bay here. So this is one of the most annoying, most irritating kind of sets that we have seen so far. But we will be solving this in the upcoming session. We will be doing it in scheduling 2. So make sure you attend that, okay? Cool, guys? Nitin, without a doubt, man, without a doubt. You can't even say, I think DILR is the complicated. No. DILR is one of the hardest sections of CAT. It clearly is, okay? Rahul, I've not had a look at the statistics, man. I'm really sorry about that. I've not looked at the statistics of it, but I'm very sure, even the ones who've attempted it, the success rate in the set would have been minuscule. Yes. A lot of people who've actually taken this setup might have either left it halfway, or if they've gone through completion of it, they wouldn't be able to complete it because of all the hypothetical questions that we are seeing here. So we know it's not a complete bay, and if it's not a complete bay, then we also understand that they might not be either able to complete the set, or the questions that they've gotten would be wrong. So I've not looked at the stats of it, yeah. Exactly, exactly. And look at the most annoying part of DILR. I know I shouldn't be saying this because this is my, daily breadwinner. There's this food on my table because of DILR, but still, the worst thing that they can do is place DILR after VARC and before quant. VARC would drain up all your mental strength. Jumping to DILR after that, your mental strength is any which way is gone. Your physical stamina is also gone now. By the time you come to quant has to take up a lot of backlash because of trauma coming from VRC and DILR. So one of the worst placements. Yeah. Correct. Yes, Atharva. Worst combination. Yeah. No, Neeru. No. Skippable. This is a skippable set. This is clearly a skippable set. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm not scaring you, yeah, Neeru. I'm not scaring you. This is reality, no? It would be scaring if I had brought a set of my own as complicated as this. It's not my own set, yeah. This is CAT 2020 set, actual set from CAT 2020. So I'm not making things up here, okay? Cool? All right. Okay, before we, end the session, a lot of you had asked, sir, where can I access the DPP for it, or where can I access the notes for it, the annotated notes for it? So they're available on the app or on the website. So you can go, it's the link is in the description also. You go to the app, PW app or PW website, and you can search for CAT fundamentals. This is technically how your web page would look like. Okay, this is how your web page would look like. Since this is a free course, it's a free course, all you have to do is sign up. It's a free course. Since it's free, you can simply just enroll by entering your number, right? And you would come across the content that is there. Apart from that, once you enroll into it, you'll be able to access the notes and the DPP also, which is obviously free of cost. Okay, cool. Done, Rahul. Yeah, I'll try to get the stats also next time. Yes. That's the problem. Yes, Sangram. If the paper is intentionally kept difficult, we would assume that the cutoff would lower. But we need to understand that cutoff would not lower. Ultimately, people would not be able to score enough. So still your cutoff would still be the same, whatever cutoff has been going on, just that since it's a rank based test, it's a percentile based test, not a percentage based test. Percentile would vary with respect to the accuracy, which would be comparatively low. That's it. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Athar. Kashyap has a question. Can you please review my profile? 10th is good, 12th is good, grads are decent, work X is superb over 2 years. Yeah, perfect profile, Kashyap. Perfect profile, buddy. What you need to focus on is getting a decent score in CAT. You get a decent score in CAT. I'm assuming by your profile picture, you're also a female. Acha, you've also mentioned female. So, yeah. You have high chances of getting into Blackie. Yes. Non-engineer, plus point. Female, plus point. You have work X, plus point. You have good 10th and 12th score. Your UG scores are also decent. High chances. Also, if you guys want to join this Telegram group, this is my Telegram group. You can join this, and also we're bringing up a surprise on the 21st, right? That is Saturday, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. There's a surprise waiting for you. You can join us live at 8 p.m. on the YouTube channel and you'll know more. Okay. All right. Shall we end the session then? Yes. Neeru, the best part about a test like CAT is, yes, fielding is set, but then you become a seasoned batsman or, batting batswoman, whatever. You become an amazing batter that you know how to find gaps. That's it. Okay. All right. Saif, you can, but I would recommend you to wait till tomorrow 8 p.m. before taking that call. Okay. I can't answer that, Sangram, not yet. Aman, I am not sure. I think it should happen as planned. I'm not really sure, man. It wasn't who was supposed to take today. Yeah, I'm not going to comment more on what the surprise is. I'll let it unfold tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'll see you all then tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the channel. Okay. Cheers, everybody. All the very best. Tata.